What's up everyone, how's it going? Simon here from CD Revival, and today I'm going to do the latest in my collection video. We'll be carrying on with R. So I did Rat and David Lee Roth, both in a sort of ranking format, so check those out if you've not seen them already. And today I'm just going to do a few odds and sods from R. So there'll be a couple of videos and also a couple of other rankings as well. So yeah, starting off, I have got from Rush. Not a massive fan of Rush, but I think they're a decent band. I've got a couple of their bits. This is 2112, obviously, probably their most famous album. For me, probably their most enjoyable album. I know they've got some massive fans and say they are a good band. Canadian band, super technical. A lot of people are put off by Geddy Lee's voice. I don't mind it at all. I think it's really, really good. And they're obviously great musicians as well. This being their most famous album, it's obviously got the 2112 suite on it, which is the high point of the album. So yeah, excellent album. This one came out, not sure when, 70s. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? 1976. So yeah, 1976 for 2112. I've got this one as well. This one I picked up, I think, from a car boot sale. Farewell to Kings. This is some sort of mega set, 3 CDs. Really nice package, to be honest. As you can see there. And disc 1, I believe, is the album, original album. And disc 2 and 3 are live at Hammersmith Odeon in 1978. So some really good stuff on there. That's the back cover close up if you want to see the track listing, etc. Decent album, decent package. All good. Last one I've got of theirs is this one. It's a retrospective, 74 to 1980. And yeah, it's got obviously some of their most famous tracks of it. Spirit of Radio, for example. It's got the 2112 Overture and a couple of other bits. So not the biggest fan of theirs, but I do enjoy listening to them when I do listen to them. What else have we got here? Raconteurs. This is their first album, I believe. Yeah, Broken Boy Soldiers. I think their second album is slightly better, but I don't actually have that one. Obviously, Jack White being the main man. Big fan of the White Stripes, to be honest. This album, obviously, it's a bit more of a band thing. So, yeah, totally different to the White Stripes, really, but you can tell it's him. Some really good stuff on here. Steady As She Goes is probably the most famous song on here, and probably the best song on here. But yeah, good album. I do prefer the second one, which I do need to pick up. Soundtrack from The Rock. Classic film from the, I don't know, 90s, I guess. Good soundtrack, good film actually. I haven't seen that for ages. Give that another watch soon. Run DMC, got a few bits from theirs. They're one of my favourite hip-hop bands, one of the first hip-hop bands that I really got into. This is their first album on the Def Jam, on Arista, this one. This is before Def Jam became to be. Famous tracks on here, Rock Box, probably the most famous one, Sucker MCs. Super minimalist, kind of, yeah, a little bit different from what they grow into, but you can tell that, you know, they were going places. Yeah, really cool album, really good starting album. Then I've got their second one, which is King of Rock, which yeah, they started to introduce a lot more metal and rock kind of influences on this one. I think it's a lot better than the first one. Title track, excellent. You Talk Too Much, I really like as well. You're Blind, good track. Some good stuff on there. This one is my favourite of theirs. This is Raised in Hell. This is obviously the one with Walk This Way on it as well. And the first album of theirs I did actually hear. Excellent, excellent album, this one. Yeah, just every track on here is a classic. Peter Piper, It's Tricky, My Adidas, Perfection, Is It Live? That's an excellent track as well. You Be Alien. Just loads of really, really cool stuff. And if you want a classic old school hip hop album, this is definitely a great place to start. There's not too many better hip hop albums since then. This one, yeah, superb. And lastly, well, not actually lastly, the one after that, Tougher Than Leather. There was a movie of Tougher Than Leather as well. This one's a decent album, to be honest with you. Do like it quite a lot. Probably the last decent album they did, if I'm being brutally honest. Run's House is excellent. Mary Mary, Beast of the Rhyme, Tougher Than Leather is a really cool track. Miss Elaine, stuff like that. Papa Crazy. Really, yeah, a decent follow-up to Raising Hell. Not quite as good, but still well worth a go. Well worth a go. Say for me, probably the last thing they put out, which was really any good. But still, yeah, an excellent album. And then I've got the Best of Run DMC. Yeah, there's not really too much on here that's not on the previous albums that I've shown, if anything, actually. So yeah, it's got the Jason Nevins remix of It's Like That, which was a big hit for them, sort of after the event. Now a few other bits, stuff that I've not really listened to be honest with you. This one, Romeo Must Die, Hardships in Season. Not actually listened to that. It's quite a nice CD package. I think it's got a DVD with it as well. Bonus CD, in fact. 12-page book. So, nice package. Raised Fist, Sound of the Republic, which once again, not listened to that either. Lots of things that I need to give a proper listen to. And I have also got Rise Against. This one I picked up in a charity shop, so I think it was like 2 for £1 or something. And I can't remember what it was that I actually did want, but I grabbed this one at the same time just to, get the deal. And yeah, once again, not checked this one out yet, but we'll do at some key point. Rise Against, let me know if you think that's any good. Return of the Jedi soundtrack, classic film, classic soundtrack, John Williams score. National Philharmonic do this. Excellent stuff. We have the Best of Roxy Music. Once again, not a massive Roxy Music fan. Picked this one up cheap, and it's got all their, hits on it. Avalons and Jealous Guy. Things like Do the Strand, Virginia Plain. So, right through their career, Love is the Drug. Some good stuff on there, to be honest with you. Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack. Love the film, seen it a billion times. And yeah, crikey. CD not held in there particularly well. But yeah, excellent album, brilliant film, superb music soundtrack from that one. This one I've had for quite a long time, Maximum Rave, 19 manic mixes. If you're a fan of rave music in the early 90s, you'll remember a lot of stuff on here. Got some, quality, Trip to Trumpton, Sesame Street, On a Ragged Tip by SL2. It's got Messiah, Temple of Dreams, Alternate Hypnotic State on there, Praga Khan, Injected with a Poison, Sweet Harmony, Toxic 2, Rave Generator. It's just a banging rave album, really. Loads of really cool, like hardcore, happy hardcore stuff on there. If you're a fan of rave stuff, this has got everything that you might need on it. It's got stuff like 2 Unlimited on there as well, but you can easily skip over that. So yeah, that's an excellent album. And the last one I have is the Relax, the Ultimate 80s Mix. This one's quite cool. It's 2 discs. Loads of really cool stuff from the 80s and quite a few sort of 12-inch versions of stuff. So, you've got the standard, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Yazoo, New Order, Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet, etc. But yeah, some really cool stuff on there. And yeah, just if you're a fan of 80s music, then it's got some really good stuff on both discs, to be honest with you. It's a good listen. So yeah, that's the first part of R. Probably should have done the video on Friday, but I was kind of busy and had stuff to do, so I didn't really get round to it. So I've banged that one out today, a little bit sharpish. Next I will be definitely doing my Queens of the Stone Age ranking video, so that is the next one. Pretty much got that in my head really, how that one's going to go down. Red Hot Chili Peppers ranking and Rammstein, and then the rest of the R's. I don't think I've got any more rankings to do in R's, but there's a few things to show, like Radiohead, Rage Against the Machine, Rolling Stones, etc. So yeah, lots to look forward to. So make sure you do subscribe, and I'll make sure that there's a place in heaven for you if you do so. And thanks very much for watching. Take it steady, enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.